Hello, y'all. I just did a remix on Kevin Hart opening, I believe it's called My Hart House, his new restaurant. And I remember I watched a show called 5150, comedy show with Corey Holcomb, comedian, Marcus, and other people, including, I want to say Ice-T's ex-wife, Dee. If y'all remember back on the day, she was on the CD with him. But it really was a great idea on the topic because I'm trending this way, I'm learning this information. And what Kevin Hart represents is the new celebrity that is getting smarter and waking up and saying, hey, I'm doing these movies and stuff. I got to start something for myself. Another person that did the same thing is Shaq. I live in Las Vegas. Shaq got a restaurant called, I want to say, the Big Chicken. So what's going on? And I'm bringing this up because I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to just keep it to this. I think the reason where I'm from, my generation was hurt was because of some of the things that our family members did or didn't do, and some of them didn't make the wise of choices. But to make this on the bigger scale, for y'all who do watch my videos, I talk about Robert Kiyosaki all the time. And what I'm actually shifting is I'm trying to, I'm a veteran, was in the military. For people that know me, I do marketing work. I'm an independent brand ambassador, but I'm trying to really shift from being self-employed to a big business owner. And Robert came up with the books Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book series. And I just didn't read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've been reading his other books for years. And what's going on with these celebrities is you used to hear back in the day, especially with football players and basketball. Well, he had all that money. He didn't know how to use it and he wasn't wise. Well, guess what? Most of us regular people don't know how to use it and be wise either. So it looks like Kevin Hart started what you call a business system. Robert, most of y'all know Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is books called The Unfair Advantage, The Power of Financial Education. His second book is called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And for y'all that have read that book is really mind-opening. It talks about business system. It talks about the cash flow quadrant, how people go about getting money, and some other things. So business systems, the wealthy, they build business systems. See, it's a difference between, most of the time, between what I'm doing now, self-employed versus big business. Self-employed, most time you got to be there to earn the income, and big business, you hire people, you build a business system up to have time and still earn income, if that makes sense. For example, a doctor, they might, get their doctor's degree, and then they might they start their own practice. They have to be there to do the actual work, and maybe hire a small staff to actually still get paid. If something happens to them, for instance, I had to have hand surgery, so I'm kind of recovering, their income can stop. Whereas when you build a business system, you hire other people, so the employed people who choose to be employees, they're trading their time for dollars. Okay, and Kevin Hart, as the owner, he still is generating money. Of course, you have to take some of that money and reinvest in the business and make make sure the expenses in the business are taken care of. But that's the understanding of it. And you have, time, I call it time equity. He doesn't have to necessarily work in the business, he's still making money. That's the understanding of trying to become a big business owner. The other part is you have mainly three types of business systems. What Kevin Hart is doing seems to be a franchise business system. Most of y'all know what a franchise is: McDonald's, Walmart, those sort of things. Corporate is where you started from the ground up. So look like he just basically started a franchise system from the ground up. And it's more the corporate and starting it stuff from the ground up like that. For y'all that read, this is called a brand and investing triangle. That triangle right there. And this is something you might, for y'all that go to business school, you might catch in college, but it's just the 8 parts of a brand: the product, the legal side, the systems, how you're gonna produce stuff, how you're gonna teach the workers. Maybe you have a system of when you go from state to state, how the legal, well, that's more legal. The systems of production, how you're gonna produce the meat and stuff to come there. Communication, how you're gonna how you're gonna do advertisement. Is there gonna be on the web, newspapers, that sort of thing. And cash flow, how you're gonna reinvest, how is cash flowing in, is it flowing in the business or out, that sort of thing. The team, the leadership, which is Kevin Hart. The team might be, certain managers and stuff, and the mission of the business. Those are the 8 parts. Those make up any type of brand. But the third one is network marketing. Now, when you say network marketing, a lot of people don't even like network marketing, but it is the third business system, and it's the cheapest one to get into. So when you see your friends doing network marketing, some of y'all say pyramid scheme, what is actually a business system. And some of y'all don't know better, because the stuff I'm telling you is not really in the school system. The idea with any of those business systems, you want to build the asset up. You want it to grow to where you don't have to be there working all the time. The reason why network marketing might be a little bit more favorable to the regular person versus a Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is one of those specialists or self-employed people that get hired by a big business like Sony and stuff to make movies and stuff, and he's paid. And it's so many people that can reach that plateau. But on the other thing, because he's starting a business on that level and he's building assets, Kevin Hart, when you make more money on that level, your taxes go up. You go up to a higher tax bracket. And by him starting businesses and hiring people, the tax code works where he can have tax incentives to keep his business going. And that can, possibly offset his income he makes from acting in movies. So that's one reason to do that. Because taxes is one of our highest expenses. And secondly, as the business grows and one day he want to lay back, he has ownership. So those are a couple of things. And let me go back. Kevin Hart, starting a franchise or starting a corporation, it's a lot more upfront capital. Raising capital, Robert Kiyosaki always talks about this too. It's a skill that, well, let me back. Robert Kiyosaki is also a sophisticated investor and big business owner. So one of the skills of an entrepreneur on his level is knowing how to raise capital and that sort of thing. And building these assets could be a way, but a lot, Kevin Hart, because he's in that position, can go, has some money. He can build stuff maybe from the ground up. A lot of people can't or don't have that capital. I'm not going to say you can't. They just don't have that or know how to get that capital. So a lot of y'all, like I said, when you see your friends maybe trying to do network marketing, just understand that's what they're trying to do. It might not be your cup of tea. And understand, you say, well, maybe I want to do a business system, but maybe I don't want to do that. Franchise and corporate, it's a lot of upfront money, and starting a corporate one is a lot of trial and error. So before you do any of these, I recommend reading those type of books, doing your research. But I just wanted to shed light on that. And I might start doing videos on celebrities that are doing stuff like this, because I think you used to hear at the barbershops and stuff, well, so-and-so threw away his money, but you're seeing a lot of celebrities get smart. Rihanna, Jay-Z, him, and they're investing and building assets. So, one day they might not be as hot. They still got cash flowing in their pockets. And us as regular people, we could do the same thing, but we just don't even have the education. We either don't care for the education or we just don't have it. So Joe Harris here signing off, and thank you for watching.